Number 1 on the agenda, you need a chairman to chair for that, so if we could have, it's now 10:30, so if you can just agree amongst yourself that somebody comes and chairs the meeting for the first item on the agenda. I'm not allowed to do it.
There is one person absent here.
I believe so, yeah, David.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get clear now who is and that wasn't.
Before. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I thought. David, is David coming this morning? Or have we had any?
I've not had anything, so when he is absent.
Right,
He
so
started, so.
in the absence of anybody else, I will. If nobody opposes, I'll take the chair.
Oh, thank you.
Well, no, for this first bit. First bit. Do you want to go through the welcome bit and all that? No, I'd just like to welcome everybody to the meeting as temporary elect chair. First thing on the agenda will be to elect the chair of the subcommittee for the planning. Have we got any proposers?
Yeah. Propose you.
Oh, thank you.
You can second that.
I'll second that.
Okay. Me? Anybody else? Well, I accept that kind of offer. And thank you for that. So we now need to put it to a vote. So all those in favour?
Okay. Unanimous.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we now need to elect a vice chair. Have we any?
Sorry, there's only going to be one left round the table.
This is it, perfect. Mr. Granksby seems to know.
Yes.
Procedures.
You can propose a member in his absence if you
We can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll propose David in his absence because I was under the impression he was going to be here. And so I'm more than happy to propose David if somebody would like to second it.
Michael, thank you.
All those in favour?
Okay, right.
Apologies.
No apologies have been received, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Declaration of interest. Any declarations from anybody? Okay. Right, this is the confusing bit. Right, Richard, can I hand that over to you to go through the legal jargon, please?
Yeah, basically, Chairman, the situation is that you'll be asked to approve the minutes or confirm the minutes of the meeting of March, this Tuesday 17th of March 2015. You, Chairman, were the only member on the committee who was actually present at that meeting. Now, what I'm suggesting is that the meeting votes to suspend Standing Order 6G, which requires all decisions of the council or its committees to be proposed and seconded. This is not mandatory by law. Okay, so the council is quite within its rights to suspend that standing order, and it can do that under Standing Order 525. This is a motion without notice. Okay, so the situation is that the meeting proposes to suspend Standing Order 6G in order that the minutes can be confirmed.
Yep.
You will have to propose that, Chairman, as you were the only one present, and you will be the only one voting, and the other two members of the committee who are here abstaining.
Okay. So, could I have a proposal, please, for the suspension of Standing Order 6G, so that the proposer and seconder, as part of 525, can be suspended to allow these minutes to be recognised? Okay. Seconded. Thank you. All in favour?
Everybody okay with that?
Okay. So, I propose the minutes to be a true account. And I now vote for those minutes. Are there any abstentions?
2 abstentions from council members and council who were not present in that meeting. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Chairman.
That's all right.
Right, so if few initial pages. Summary, if you initial at the bottom, what we need to do is sign that on the line. And initial the date line.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Okay. Deputations by the public? No?
No.
Easy job. Right, planning applications to consider. Now, the planning applications, to the best of my knowledge, that are on here, some have already elapsed.
Yeah,
So Richard has got an amended
amendment
list, so those that have got the previous minutes, it will be a case of just bear with us and go through what has and has not been left on the list.
Okay, so, yeah, the first one, Chairman, the existing conservatory to brick and tile roof extension. That is, we have got an extension to this one, so you can consider it.
Okay, has everybody looked at the plans? Are there any concerns regarding this application?
You can't see it from the road.
No, it's to the rear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's in keeping with the sort of trend of Trent Road, isn't it? It's not taken full advantage of the width of the application of the plot, so. Well, proposer, please. Proposed, seconded. All in favour?
It's approved, recommend for approval, yeah. On the agenda, Chairman, again, we have got, we've managed to get an extension for this. This is the independent, this is the new classroom at Catness Primary. The location of it is here on the existing playground. There it is, and the design of it is as that.
Anybody like to start any comments regarding this one?
So the locations
To the side.
where the house is.
Yeah, single
Where it's-
story.
that's where it's going.
does it intrude on anybody else? Does it?
I don't think so.
No, you've got a tree.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's a footpath.
Tree
obviously,
line path.
to the west there. There are trees all the way down there. That's the fence line there. That's access into.
That's off Harrington Way, this way.
Yeah.
And then you've got Braunston Road going
Yeah, Braunston Road
from
is
left
there.
to right. You've got, it's quite can be well hidden, to be fair, with the tree line from the path and Harrington Way and Braunston Road.
And one of the designs is obviously this open sliding door that obviously opens out onto the playground area.
Yeah. Any issues? Somebody like to propose this one?
Recommend for approval. Okay, Paul, thank you. Seconded. Michael, thank you.
All those in favour? Yeah, that's fine.
Right, number 3 on the agenda. This is on the agenda is actually a typo. It says failed 14 number of steps. It is actually just one at Greenfield Road. This has already been determined, and Rutland County Council have recommended yes, they've approved the felling of the horse chestnut, but they have requested a replacement tree. So that's number 3 out. Number 4, we have an extension for, so members can consider this one. 2-story extension at 12 Alexander Crescent. It's not very obvious, but the property is actually this one here. This is number 12.
There is already an existing garage there, isn't there? So it's the same footprint.
It must be a garage extension,
Yeah.
It's a 2-story extension onto the east side of the property here.
which has to be the garage.
Yeah, they're demolishing the garage and going over and above it. Okay, so that's...
There is one other precedent in that road over around.
Number 13,
Is it?
yeah, which is this side of the
It's
road.
already
Yeah,
been done
on the side.
somewhere.
So it's something that is in...
There's one over the opposite side, number 9, that's also been done. There's one at number 13 has been done on that side of Alexander Crescent.
So this is what obviously the property looks like at the moment with the garage, existing garage, and what they propose to do is go above the garage, retain the garage and go above 2 stories, creating a bedroom and bathroom. There are no windows overlooking the property. One of the things on the planning application though was to check that habitable rooms at number 10 were not overlooking the extension. I don't know if anybody's actually checked that. I'm afraid I haven't. But anyway, there is a precedent on Alexander Crescent for this.
Anybody like to open this one?
It looks in keeping, it's nicely balanced. I don't think it detracts from the realism at all. So.
No, I think personally it's you've got throughway from the front to the back, all the way through on the garage side. It's using the existing footprint of the house, and also there are other dwellings on that road exactly the same that have utilised that footprint. No,
No problem.
would you like to, would someone like to propose it? Yeah, proposed, seconded. All those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you.
Number 5, Chairman, again, government extension, this members can consider this one. Again, 2-story side extension, 99 Brook Road, sorry, Bronston Road, I beg your pardon, Chairman. This is the property here, a wrap round at the front, but the extension is to the sort of to go out that sort of west side. You can see number 101, the house goes right up to the boundary anyway, so it's really butting up to there. Just to give you an idea of the location, here we are here with proposed extension there, and then right up. This is Hampton going in there. Okay, so that's...
So it's conversion of the garage.
Yeah.
Yes, in effect. Now, so this is the proposed extension here. Obviously going over the garage as is. Again, nothing overlooking the adjoining property, but it's going right up against the adjoining property anyway. And really, that's it, to create a bedroom upstairs and utility, etc. Downstairs, garage is being retained at the front here, some internal works to the rear, knocking around inside the utility room, etc. etc. And the rear elevation is as is, roof lights into that top window. So obviously there are no windows on the side here, so as with quite a lot of these, it's the roof line provides the light into the roof.
Yeah. You get through to the rear through that gap between the two.
There is a small gap. This is something that has been raised actually. That access to the rear, particularly for storage of wheelie bins, etc., has been raised before by previous meetings. But it is going right to the boundary. There is no other rear access there.
Not on the other side of the house, there isn't.
That's a good point.
Not on the footprint, there wasn't.
Let me just go back. Let me just go back. Yeah, you did have access.
Right,
Yeah.
There is access to the rear.
Yeah.
Outside.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
Fine.
Yeah. All those in favour? Proposal, sorry.
Proposal 9. Oh, thank you.
And second. All those in favour?
you think, councillor?
Can I just ask a point of order? Number 7, Mr. Chairman. When they put a plan application like this, if there's an objection from anybody close by, do we get advised of that at this stage?
Objections to planning applications are to Rutland County Council.
We're not made aware of it.
The only way that you would be aware of them is if you go on to Rutland County Council planning portal on their website, right, see if there are any objections.
I didn't want to think of anything else on some of the important information.
I personally feel that, sorry to put in another item, but I personally feel that we should probably sit down as a planning group and look at the proposals from Rutland County Council, whether there are any flaws or against, so we can actually appraise that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, moving on to the next one.
Okay, Chairman, so number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 these are all out of time now, so no, we couldn't get extensions for any of those, so 6 to 10 I'm afraid are beyond the remit of this this committee. You may individually want to, put your own thoughts to Rutland County Council. They may or may not take them into account, but we're certainly out of time on them. Okay. So number 11 is the next one that members can consider, which is extension, revised layout of the car park at Brook Hill. It's the best one to. Okay, so this is the school here. So this is Goresfield Wood. This is the sort of car park area that's proposed. What they are proposing is that the number of spaces is increased from 30 to 36. So this is the area here. Okay, so Brookdale Academy, and this is the car park here. The reason for this is that there's considerable concern was raised about parents dropping children off to the academy and having to park on the side of Brook Road. This is very much an ongoing issue. Actually, Oakham Town Council is involved with the lease for this, and there are some issues. But at the moment, it is to increase the capacity of the car park from 30 to 36. Really, they're all the same here. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. The car park itself will be used both for parents dropping children off. There's an access into the academy through here. I think there's one through there as well. But also for people who want to use it to visit Goresfield Wood. Okay.
Any thoughts, gentlemen?
Don't think it adversely affects anybody dwelling.
No.
No, there are no
Going out of it.
Yeah, and I looked at it yesterday, you can't see the far end from Brook Road, which is, I mean, the extension is not obvious one way or the other to if you're on Brook Road.
No.
Because it's going back.
My only concern is part of the green field that's being tarmacked. Is there any provision for the reintroduction of hedge on, so they're going to be taking the hedge out on the border? Is there any provision to move that hedge line so it actually encompasses the new footprint? Yeah, that would be my recommendation, that the hedgerow be reaffirmed on the new footprint broad side of the development, so that it is more in keeping with the greenfield site adjacent to it. Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation.
Hedgerow reaffirmed on the academy side or the
On the woods on the Brook Road, on Brook side, so that would be the west side.
Yes, the left.
Yeah,
this is the west side.
it's the east side, isn't it?
Also, this is the east, yeah.
West side with this one.
The long side on the left.
The long
It's the
side.
left side.
Long side on the left.
Okay, yeah, on
So I
The
propose
open
that.
field side, shall we
Yes,
say?
the open field side, that's the easiest way.
Hedgerows reaffirmed on open field side to preserve.
Do you want me to propose that?
Hedgerow reaffirmed on the open field side of the extension to preserve the character of the area.
Yeah. I'll propose that.
Yeah, and you have approval with that condition.
Yes. Seconded. All those in favour? Unanimous.
Number 12, members may consider this one. Extension at 34 Tyne Road. So this is the property here. We okay with where that is?
Yep.
On Tyne Road, you can. Yeah. It's a little bit. It's basically a single-storey extension to the rear of the property here, with a dining room and sun lounge thing to the rear, flat roof with a skylight. There is also this dormer window going in at the top as well, to the rear of the property. That's what it's going to look like from the rear, flat roofed. Say lantern roof light there. Everything is basically to the rear of the property. Sort of slight wrap round on the side as well. So it's all single story. I'm not really sure what else you want to look at there, Chairman.
Got the new proposed footprint, please.
Could do.
Where it was, it's existing plan.
Okay, so that's what you've got at the minute. And it's all
Just extended out, right?
yeah, they're just going to the back basically.
So it's just coming off there. with the
Yeah,
window.
yeah. It's, as I say, it's all to the rear. It's flat roofed. Not particularly porous time.
It's not orange line, but it's not out of keeping with Tyne Road.
Sorry,
Okay, so they're sort of extending the garage out to the front slightly. A new sort of entrance at the front there. But the main part of it is to the rear here, with this new sun lounge and sort of new dining room at the back.
It's all wooden there. So full garage extension. Anybody like to comment on this one?
now that it's clear that it's going up the front, the house.
No, to the rear.
Oh, right, sorry. I thought
There's slight utility and hall extension on the front,
Here.
and a garage extension on the front, and then the majority is to the rear. Still maintaining access down the side. It's not changed the side footprint at all.
the house next door to it is quite a bit smaller than that house. So if there was anything, I don't know to what extent it's fairly common anyway, but
So coming out sort of a bit on the front, a bit there, and mostly on the back.
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Any concerns?
There's nobody overlooking the back, is there at all?
No.
So it affect anybody's view.
No. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
We've got somebody like to propose that, please? Proposed, seconded. All those in favour?
Finally, Chairman, number 13, which is the removal of Fair One Number Common off a tree at Oakham Baptist Church on Melton Road. We do have a comment from the tree warden here to approve this. It has become too large for the plot. Perhaps they could be persuaded to plant a more suitable tree. So this is the tree that we are talking about to the front of Baptist Church.
And I have had my Collins book of trees out this morning, to be fair, which is quite sad, isn't it? But my own personal view of that, and please don't shoot me down, is that that is a fantastic old stone building that is having its vista blocked by a tree. It doesn't show off its windows.
1780.
1780, thank you. My own personal view is that trees in the town are great if they're the right type of tree, and I believe that is not the right type of tree. I would have to seek advice on which would be an appropriate tree, but my own view is that it should be removed before it does any more damage to the existing buildings and the substructures, pipework and electrics that are feeding there, and go for something a little bit more suitable. That's my personal view. Anybody else like to comment on that?
Very nice tree in the wrong place.
Yes, unfortunately, I agree.
Very nice. If it was in the Catler's Park,
It would be fantastic.
fantastic. Is there existing threat to the underneath, to the ground?
I'm not an expert on trees, on the root ball condition of that sort of tree. I would have to sort of seek professional advice on that.
But there's no cracks in the building or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, no, not at the moment.
The chairman, the application is removal of large conifer, it's as tall as a building, 450 centimetres diameter at the base, so it's quite a wide bench tree. The concerns are proximity to building, with the trunk is just over 5 metres from the building, edge of foliage at the base of the building is only 2.2 metres from the front of the church there. So that's
Well,
what
the root systems tend to go the extent diameter of the leaf. So on that last bit may be more important than it seems.
Yeah.
large tree obscures nearly half of the frontage of the church and one very large window, which is the one right behind it.
And realistically, what year was that, sorry?
Sorry?
What year was it built?
1780.
1780, do notice that it's bifurcated at the top,
Right.
so it will not be a conical shape.
So it's splitting at the top, so it's got the potential of 2 boughs growing. My concerns are that a building of that ilk wasn't necessarily built in the same manner that we build today, and it's probably going to be more susceptible to root damage than we're probably aware of. So I would like to propose, if nobody else has got any further comments, I would like to propose that we accept the felling of that conifer tree, with the proposal that a tree more in keeping with the surrounding is planted in its place.
E.g. ligustrum.
I'll take your word for that.
Well, what about ligustrum is it doesn't have a root system that
Yeah,
threatens.
yeah.
So
it's,
what?
A ligustrum. It's effectively privet on a pole. It's
All right.
it's like a standard
Yeah.
privet on top. It's evergreen.
Right.
Has some flowers.
Yeah.
Jewish shaping.
It should be left to the tree board to suggest. Sorry.
Fine.
I'm
Okay.
telling you
Well,
all.
well, no, we're talking. I was just trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
Having a facial.
Oh, really?
E.g. a ligustrum.
Yeah. To the discretion, also with the discretion of the tree wardens, drop in knowledge. So all those in favour of that proposal, or would somebody like to second it, sorry? Yeah, and all those in favour? Carried. Okay. It's now 1 minute past 11. I now declare the meeting.